Hello guys, greetings to you all, greetings to the Ifs family. In today's videos guys, we are going to be looking at bonds, bonds, or simply a bond. Okay, in today's video we are going to be looking at what a bond is. Okay, so you have to watch this video, stay tuned to the end so you can understand what a bond is all about. All right, before I start, I want to first of all thank all my subbies. Thank you guys so much for always coming back to support me by watching my videos. And for those that are watching for the very first time, please do me a favor and just hold my hand. As you have seen that image, hold my hand by subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. Okay, without wasting much of your time, let's rush into the program of today. When a company and other big organizations or even government needs to raise money for new investment, and also when they want to maintain their ongoing current operations, they may decide to issue a bond directly to investors instead of getting a loan from a bank. And with this, the maturity coupon rate will be on the face value of the bond. All right guys, so let's get into what a bond is. A bond is referred to as a fixed income instrument. It is issued by the government and corporations when they want to raise money. As compared to stocks, bonds don't give ownership right. Guys, you know, when you get a stock, you have a stock in a company or you buy shares in a company, you know you're automatically part of that company. All right, but with bonds, they are not like that. All right, bonds don't give ownership. Okay, bonds don't give ownership. Okay, so a bond is a loan investment, which means an investor is actually loaning money to a company or government. Okay, remember, a government wants to raise money for something, maybe new project or maintain
so
whatever
when the
ongoing
government or any big company wants to raise money
for new projects or maintain their ongoing operations, guys, what they do is issue out bonds. All right, they issue out bonds, and so they simply get loans from individuals. And you know, these bonds are a fixed income instrument. Okay, so he expects regular interest payment when a company raises money through a bond. So when a company raises money through a bond, whoever they have gotten the money from, that person expects regular interest payment. Okay, it is called new issue when a government raises money through a bond. Whenever a company raises money through a bond, guys, it is called new issue. All right, a bond is usually has a face or par value of $1,000. Now, what is face value? When they say a bond usually have a face or par value of $1,000, what do we mean by this? What we mean is face value is the cost to buy a bond. Okay, the cost to buy a bond is what we call the face value or the par value. Now, that interest that is received from that bond is called coupon. Okay, it's called coupon. Remember, when you receive interest on loan, you call it interest, but when you receive this on a bond, we call it coupon. And the interest rate on the bond, remember, when you receive a rate on a loan, it's called interest rate. Now, when you receive interest rate on a bond, guys, it is called coupon rate. So that interest you receive on a bond is what we call coupon, and that interest rate that is on that bond is what we call coupon rate. Okay, we also have what we call maturity. Guys, what do we understand by maturity? Maturity, as far as coupon is concerned, is the length of time on the bond. So when the bond reaches its maturity, the loan agreement ends. Okay, example, if the government issue a bond of 10 years. All right, receive money from the public and they agree to pay it in 10 years time. Guys, that 10 years time is what we call maturity. It is the length of time on that bond that the bond reaches its maturity, or when the bond agreement ends. All right, now we have bonds that matures in less than 1 year, more than 1 year, that is more than 1 year could be 1 to 10 years, and we also have like 10 to 30 years. Now bonds that matures in less than 1 year, guys, are called commercial papers or bills. All right, bonds that matures in, when government issue bonds that matures in less than 1 year, we call it commercial paper or bills. All right, now bonds that mature in more than 1 year, that is 1 to 10 years, we call it notes. All right, bonds that mature from 1 to 10 years, we call it notes. And then bonds that mature in 10 to 30 years, because we also have bonds that mature in 10 to 30 years, we just call those type of bonds, we just call them bonds. All right, so less than 1 year we call the commercial paper or commercial bills. More than 1 year, that is 1 to 10 years, we call them notes. And then 10 to 30 years, guys, we just call them bonds. All right, but guys, note this: some bonds can still be paid early despite having a maturity of 10 to 30 years. So you can actually, the government can actually issue bonds in a way that, okay, the agreement is that it would be like, just we say 10 to 30 years, we call it bonds. So they issue these bonds to pay within 10 to 30 years. Guys, this doesn't mean that you must wait until that 30 years. So there are situations that they can actually pay early. All right, they can actually pay early. So in this case, such bonds are known as callable bonds. Okay, such bonds that are paid before their maturity are known as callable bonds. Bonds that have shorter maturity tends to have lower interest rate. Okay, that's coupon rate. All right, the reason I'm putting interest rate, so that you should know, when I put interest rate and then I replace it with coupon rate, so that you should know that when it's all about loans, guys, we say interest rate, but when we talk of bonds, we are talking of what? Coupon rate. When it's about loan, we talk of interest on a loan. But guys, when we are talking about bonds, we are talking about coupon on a bond. So that interest on loan, when it comes to bond, we call it coupon. Then the interest rate on loan, when it comes to bonds, we call it what? Coupon rate. All right, so a bond has a fixed interest on it. That is why a company will always want to pay a bondholder before paying the stockholders. So that is this, guys. A bond that is traded at less than its face value is said to be traded at a discount, while a bond that is traded for more than its face value is said
Yes,
to
guys,
be
so
traded
a bond that is traded for
more than its face value is said to be traded at a premium. And like I said, that which is traded for less than its face value is said to be traded at a discount. So when you hear of discount and premium in bonds, just know that when it comes to premium, it means that that bond was traded for more than its face value, while when you hear of a discount in bonds, know that that bond was traded for less than its face value, guys. So that is just it. So when you compare a loan to if you want to really understand a bond well, understand what loan is. For example, Lydia wants to buy a house, right? The house for, let's say, 100,000 francs. She doesn't have money to buy this house, all right? But now she rushed to the bank, gets a loan to buy that house, and upon that they agree on the interest on which Lydia is going to pay this money, all right, or the interest rate, all right. But now when it comes to bonds, guys, it is the government that is taking loan from the public. Okay, so the government needs money to do, maybe carry out some new projects or maintain their ongoing operations, or a big company needs money to get into a new project or buy something, or just get into a new investment or project, all right. So now what do? They issue bonds to the public. So they are taking money from individuals, all right. So at that point, the individuals or the public are acting now like banks, all right. They're acting now like banks. They are now the ones giving money to the these big companies or government, and in return they will be paid coupon rate. All right, they will be paid a coupon rate within the time of maturity, within the time which they agree for that bond to be paid. So that is just it, guys, about a bond. So a bond is simply a fixed income instrument issued by the government and corporations when they want to raise money for new project or to invest in other things. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have understood something about bonds. We are going to be seeing more about bonds. We are going to be seeing examples so you can better understand. Please don't forget to like my video, all right, and